Hey guys, this is day 169 of startups. So I told about in my previous video about the big fight with my co-founder. So one of the things we talked about while trying to resolve that was we are having constantly changing goals in our startup, and that not being aligned on those changes was one of the reasons why we were the two of us misaligned among each other, out of sync among each other. So usually what happens, we start with a goal and we decide that together we want to achieve this goal, and somewhere in between, and it usually happens with me that I change that goal. I decide that now instead of that goal, another goal is more important, and accordingly we have to shift our activities. So I do convey that to my founder, but maybe I do not convey it very clearly. So that is what I will also talk about later on. But and then he continues to work on the previous goal. So that was why we were having some of those prioritization issues. So in this video I'm going to talk about why we have this issue of constantly changing goals in startup, and particularly probably in my startup. Maybe I have a different way of doing things, but I want to talk about that. So the way I think about startup, there is one big unchanging goal, and that is the final result. And that result I will measure by financial success. So if I make $2 million in 3 years, then that I think I will call it success. So that is one unchanging goal, and it also has a times attached to it. Now I do not know whether I like achieve it or not, but I like to think like, imagine I'll achieve this and then figure out what are the activities I need to do and what are the sub goals and milestones we need to make. So now when I come back, if you notice that at this level I have not even decided what will be the product, what will be the idea. And if you have been following this channel, then I have started this channel from even before the idea. I do not even know which space I will be working on. So yeah, that one big goal is definitely never changing for me, and it is like, apart from money, it's completely open ended. It's very flexible. Now from that goal, now there's a bottom, like other side of it, where we start with some kind of idea, some kind of uh, current activities. So it's a very uncertain environment. So while the end goal is fixed, but the milestones are all very uncertain. And based on like every step we take, the more information comes. So we set a milestone, we take some steps towards that milestone, and then the new information comes, and that usually that information is in the form that whether we can achieve this milestone, or does this milestone or this progress whatever we have made invalidate some of the things that we assume to be true, and now we have to rethink about what we are thinking overall. Or sometimes it is just that the progress we are making is so slow that clearly this milestone itself will take 6 or 7 months, and there's no way we can achieve that $2 million in 3 years goal in, yeah, no way we can achieve that. So all of these, if there are any of these issues, then we have to now change the milestone, we have to do something about it, or maybe we have to change the activity. Like we have to constantly like keep thinking about these issues. So for example, with one of the design partners we initially thought that we'll create the scripts ourselves for them, run it for a while, show them some of the results, and then move on to their team to carry on from there, and then deploy our software to do it through software. But then as we started getting into that, creating the scripts, we realized that this particular design partner, they have a business about virtual kiosk, digital kiosk, not virtual. But they wanted to do this cold calling thing, for try this cold calling for website services. So we started creating scripts for the website services, but we realized that the design partner we had, they themselves were not very uh, used to selling these, so did not have the pain points identified, did not have who to reach out to. So initially we started working on those aspects, but then we realized that it's going to take a very long time. It's like setting up a whole new business, and we are actually doing two businesses by just trying to help this design partner with that. So immediately we shifted gears and we said, no, this is not possible to do it like this. It will take a lot of time. So the only way this can work is like we will only give the software setup where you can do A/B testing, and then we'll also give some material on how to create the scripts, and then you create the scripts, you run through the software, you try them out, then see what is working, and our software will show you the analytics on what is working and what is not working. And so we shifted direction to now working on that. So somewhere, of course, my co-founder had to stop, so he was working on this, calling the prospects on behalf of the design partner, but he had to now shift completely focus away from that and just finish the product and build these features so that the design partner can make these experiments themselves. So yeah, I mean, this is just one example, but we are doing this constantly. So yeah, these constantly changing goals are a pain in the ass. Like really, it is hard to mentally switch gears, constantly change the activities, and you're constantly out of your comfort zone. You probably build some kind of routine that gets disrupted, but I think there's no way out. This is the way startup has to move quickly, change direction based on whatever data is coming, and try to move as fast as possible while keeping in mind the end goal and tracking the time towards that goal. So that's it. Take care.